We get to the Falcons and the Cardinals. It is 2.5 in favor of the Falcons on the road over the Cardinals. 42 is your total. Mike, it is going to be Kyler Murray. We can only assume they have to take him off the PUP list. And so unless they're going to take him off and still bench him, it is likely to be Kyler Murray here for the Cardinals. We don't really know for the Falcons. We assume Heineke will continue on, but who knows? I assume it's going to be Heineke under center for them. A really, really poor loss today for the Falcons. Dobbs comes in off the street, literally 3 days. In 3 days with the team, he's getting plays explained to him in his helmet. Like they're calling the plays and then on the fly explaining to him what the play is, and still is able to pull the upset here. We talked about this earlier. The play calling for the Falcons was just absolutely atrocious in this game, and they deserve to lose, in my humble opinion. So where do you sit on the 2.5 Falcons and Cardinals?
I can't touch this one without knowing more. Drake London didn't play today for the Falcons. I want to know if he's going to be back. I don't have any definitive. I can't say for a fact it is going to be Murray, and that to me also is a big difference here. Like I said, it's a 7-point adjustment, and so unless I know 100% he is going to be in there, I'm not going to be able to touch this game because of how big of a new move that would be to me and my number. I also don't know what I'm expecting from Murray first game back either. That has to be something you got to at least think about. This is an ACL, MCL injury. He likes to run around. It's going to affect him when he's trying to go through this. And so it's hard for me to get really excited about backing the Cardinals. But this can never be 9.5, which is like the Clayton Tune type number. So you kind of feel like this is the assumption that there's a 50-50 chance, because it feels like with Tune, this would be Falcons over a field goal. It feels like if it's Murray, we're talking Cardinals as a short favorite. There's too much to try and parse through here to bet this game this early in the week, because so much can change in such a short time. I also have no interest in betting Desmond Ridder. So if it is announced Ritter's in here, then this changes the game for me as well. So it's just too many variables from an injury and quarterback perspective to get involved right now.
So I look here, and even if it is Kyler Murray, like you said, us just assuming that Kyler Murray is going to pop in here after coming off of major injury and not having played competitive football in a very long time and just is going to look like Kyler Murray, I think is a pretty big leap. And then also, let's just say that he is completely 100% and even looks like Kyler Murray. Look who he has on the team, though, Mike. Seriously, it's Zach Pascal and Rondale Moore and Hollywood Brown and all, Trey McBride, who I think will be fine down the line, but he's, getting sprung into action here because Zach Ertz is on IR. There's no dudes on this team. He doesn't have anybody. The offensive line has a bunch of dudes that are terrible. I think it's a big assumption for us to think that just because Kyler Murray is going to be back in there, that this Cardinals team is going to look exponentially better. Sure, it will look somewhat better because it has to, because Clayton Tune was just atrocious, but it's not going to look that much better, I don't think, just because Kyler Murray's out there.
I would expect it to be a rich man's Dobbs style offense, right? Because it's the same dudes that Dobbs is running around with, and you can comp Dobbs and Murray and say Murray's just a better version of Dobbs, right? And so if that's the comp you're working off of, I would expect you're going to see a better version than what we saw of the Cardinals early in the season, assuming you're getting a Murray who's ready to go. And I'm just not sure that Kyler is going to be as ready as I would want to be able to bet him in this first game. To me, this might be one of those where you want to watch it in game a little bit and say, okay, how well is he moving around?
Right.
Are there issues in him moving around? Because if he plays and he's not moving around great early, I would be looking at getting involved in the Falcons minus 2.5 or less in this spot. But that's information I'm never going to have pre-flop, and that's not anything I'm going to know anytime soon. So just a really hard game to bet early.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.